What's up everyone, my name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and for this episode we are actually going over two My Hero Academia figures from McFarlane Toys. To the left we got Mirio Togota, and to the right we got Endeavor. Now I'm gonna go through both packages at the same time guys, because it's basically the same exact thing. You get a plastic window showing off the figures, My Hero Academia up there, McFarlane Toys logo at the top. Now when you go to the bottom, obviously it shows each name for each figure. Got a nice picture of said figure, and it wraps around to the side right here, one showing Endeavor and the other one Mirio Togota. Same picture at the side, so they could have differentiated it, but I'm not complaining. My Hero Academia to the other side. The bottom got barcode and legalities and all of that. But when we go to the back guys, this is where I'm a little bit confused, you know. Over here it shows pretty much how Endeavor looks like in the front. But over here, Mirio is like with a totally different face. I don't know if this is like an exclusive or something. Let me know down in the comments if you guys got any idea about it. Anyway, right there is McFarlane Toys handles and all that 7-inch action figure My Hero Academia. 22 points of articulation. But now that we went through the package and all of that, let's open them up and check out the figures. And here's both figures outside of their packages with Mirio to the right and Endeavor to the left. Now, quick disclosure guys, I did get them on sale on BIGBADTOYSTORE for like about $6 each. So that might play a factor into it, but not really, because I am disappointed with both figures and I'll get into it. But first let's just give them a quick measurement. Right here, Endeavor stands at about 7.5 inches to the very tip of his hair. Might be even a little less. Mirio stands at about 7 inches even. I will go through each figure one by one, but I wanted to get through the accessories because they barely got any. Both of them do share this stand, which is a standard McFarlane stand with the My Hero Academia logo right there. It does what a stand does. I mean, it got a peg. You put it in the peg hole of the feet, it works. Mirio's accessories are just these fists. And again, guys, these are bare bones accessories. What would have helped him a bit more would have been that alternate head that we saw in the package. So yeah, he got fist. Endeavor got this flame effect. Now the flame effect itself does got a peg, and you peg it into Endeavor right here, and it does the job. You know, something else would have been better, but you know, something added. But what can you say? It does the job. And that's what I'll say about this, the whole flame effect on Endeavor. It does look good. It got some gradiency. It got some nice sculpt. There's some on his face like you could see. I mean, they should be, you know. And I think they did a good job capturing it. I like the translucency. Like I said, there is some gradients. The ones on his feet do look good as well. Now the plastic in the back, the plastic, you know, underneath does shine, it does show, but at certain angles it still looks like flames. So I don't mind it much. There's texture throughout the character, you know, these are the points that I like, guys. There's texture. For some parts the paint is painted nicely, but then for other parts, like the belt right here, this orange right here is also, the blue is shining through big time. It is a separate piece, and these orange pieces up here are separate pieces as well. This is the only part they did paint, and they didn't paint it good, so that's disappointing. But the blue doesn't just, you know, poke through there. They also poke at his fingertips. You know, the hand is blue. They painted the flesh tones. Does that look like flesh tone? Does that look like flesh tone, guys? I do not think it does at all. At all. The white parts are missing the mark. The good thing about this figure, and the head. I like the head. I'm not mad with the head sculpt in general. Yeah, I like the head sculpt. I like the texture. I like the flame piece. I like the overall silhouette of him. I mean, it got the shape of Endeavor, the height of Endeavor. So I do like that. But boy, the paint job is pretty horrendous. Anyway, let's get into articulation. He does have a double ball peg up there. that makes him go up about that much. Down, not much at all because of that beard. So I won't fault them for that. It's part of the design, I guess. Maybe a little more pliable plastic would have helped, but what could you do? You get some tilt, you do get rotation, and again, that beard does hinder it. So it matters your positioning and all of that. Shoulders go up above T-pose, which isn't bad at all, and this is a separate piece. So they will move kinda out of the way. You still gotta move it around and all that. Trust me, guys. Yeah, there we go. It works, you see? Now, the semi-butterfly joint right here does afford some movement. Oh, maybe a little bit more than I thought. Oh, that's a problem that I don't like. Hold on. All right, I can't find the... Yeah, that's a problem with this figure that I got, guys. I'll look for his hand later. I'll get into it, but yeah, his hand is easily poppable. Way too easy. Anyway, bicep cut does work. Elbows get you about 90 degrees. This does work. Let me just show it on the other hand. But it does work. It does swivel. And it does hinge. Like as you guys can see, it's that design. It does hinge. All right, let's just hinge it right here. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So that does work. But again, I don't know if that's quality control issue because Mirio does have the same problem, not to the extent of Endeavor though. Now for the waist, that diaphragm cut does give you some tilt. Back does give you a little bit. Forward just a tiny bit as well. And you do get rotation. Now there is a ball peg or something underneath there. I don't know exactly, guys, but both of them in conjunction, I do like that tilt. Yeah, it's not bad. Back, he actually goes back a bit. So that's not bad. Okay, I guess we did figure it out. Yeah, guys, there's another ball and another socket right there for that ball. It pops in, so that wasn't much of a problem. Legs, split like this. The diaper hinders the forward a bit, but back, not so much. You do get some swivel. He does got double jointed, pinned. Hold on, there we go. I hate that ratcheting part though, guys, but yeah. Gives him good range. There is no boot cut to speak of, but his ankles, not much up. Not much back because of that cut. As you guys can see, it's cut just basically like a straight line. Anyway, he does get pivot. And you do get a toe hinge. That gets you about that far. Now, let's go with Mirio. Mirio, same deal as Endeavor. He does have texture throughout. But the paint seems to be a problem with Mirio as well. A lot of parts are missing the mark. This is a separate piece. And because of how they had to put it on the chest, I don't particularly like how that looks. His head sculpt though is a good thing. I really like that head sculpt. You know, it's happy. I like it. But I would have also liked that alternate head. I mean, when he throws a punch, is he going to be smiling like that? So yeah, I do like the hair. I do like the visor. However, these white parts, yeah, there's yellow poking through them. Again, the paint on both figures are, are not something to speak and go home about. This is not that bad. And the overall sculpt on the boots don't look bad. The cape is a rigid plastic though, and it's a basic sculpt. There's no wash, there's no dry brushing, anything like that. But I do like that head sculpt for what it's worth, and I do like that hair. But again, no wash or anything like that. Now for articulation, same deal as Endeavor. He does come with a double ball peg. that tilts like that much. Back, not too much because of the hair. So I don't know what they could have done with that. Perhaps, you know, not make it like that, but whatever. Down, he does look surprisingly good. And side by side, because of the hair and the cape, it does also impede it, so you gotta like move it around and all of that. But it'll do the job. Yeah, it'll do the job. It does it. Shoulders above T-pose. Does get your full 360. Okay, maybe the cape right there impedes it. And there is the same semi-butterfly joint that Endeavor had. But with Mirio, because of the cape, doesn't really afford you too much back. Forward, just the tiniest of tads. So it's basically useless right there, guys. But like I said, you see? Do you see what I mean? Alright, anyway, he does got a bicep cut. That works. Double jointed pinned elbows that get you pretty good range. There is swivel. And a hinge right there. Yeah, boom. But like I said, guys, that thing is a problem. Anyway, diaphragm cut does give you some tilt. Back, nothing at all. Something I don't like again. Forward, nothing at all. You do get rotation though. And that's basically where you're going to get it. Because this bottom joint right here, guys, is pretty useless in rotation at all. Yeah, you're not getting nothing there. Back, you're not getting much either. Tilt, tiny bit of tilt. Forward, not much forward either. Both of them in conjunction forward. Yeah, guys. What's going on there? Back, the tiniest of tads. Anyway, his legs split this much. But again, why would you need it? Because the cape impedes it. Forward, a bit more than Endeavor, but you gotta really flex that diaper situation there. So back, a bit good. You do get some swivel right there. And double jointed pinned knees that won't get you too much far. And also the cape will impede it. And it's because of the sculpt of the boot and all of that. Now, ankles, there is no boot cut or anything like that if you guys are wondering. Ankles, forward, because of how it's cut, again, not much. Back, again, because of how it's cut, not much. Now, you do get pivot. And depending on how you put that hinge and everything, you know, you could get crazy pivot and whatever. Anyway, the toe hinge, not bad, but looks kind of ugly. So yeah, guys, again, I got these for $6. So, am I horribly disappointed? I guess not too much, but yeah, I am. If I would have gotten it at 20, I definitely would have been disappointed. Now that we went through them though, I do got some other My Hero Academia figures to compare them with in case you guys are curious. Alright, and before starting the comparisons, I want to state what's pretty much the obvious. As you can see, Endeavor is now missing an arm. In the middle of me taking pics and all that, yeah, his arm snapped off. Luckily I did manage to capture like a couple of cool pictures and all that, but that's a bummer. That's a bummer. You know, I hated him before. Now I'm wondering if like $6 was even worth the price, you know? I will do whatever I can later and all that, but most likely that arm is now immobilized. Anyway, I still wanted to go through with the comparisons. So here they are next to All Might. And although I like his size and everything, and also Mirio, All Might I feel should have been a bit bigger. And here we got both of them next to All For One, which is the only other My Hero Academia villain that I got. And unlike All Might, I think this works, you know? He's not supposed to be super big like All Might. So yeah, this is not bad. And in this comparison, we got them next to some students from Class 1A, at least a couple of ones that I got. We got Tenya right there next to Endeavor, and Uraraka next to Mirio. Now, because they're younger and all that, their smaller stature makes sense. Let's head into the final comparison. And our final comparison will be with Bakugo right there next to Endeavor, and Deku right there next to Mirio. And just like the Uraraka and Tenya comparison, guys, you know, their smaller stature does not bother me a bit because they are younger. So this works great. I would have loved a working arm for my Endeavor because, as you could see, he does have the build and everything. It just looks good, guys. So in conclusion, even though I got both figures on sale for $6, I am still highly disappointed with both of them. Particularly Endeavor. I mean, he's riddled with quality control issues, but both figures got a bad paint job and both of them got bad articulation. At $20, I can't really warrant the purchase. At $6, that might be good enough in order to pull the trigger, especially if you got My Hero Academia figures already. If you guys are interested in it, I will leave a link down in the descriptions. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like, comment, and subscribe because all of that stuff helps out the channel. My name is Ron from Comics and Stuff, and I'll check you guys on the next episode. Peace.